So can you start from a bit of before, like how did you find Spark?
Yeah. It's actually pretty easy because we have this dashboards. I need to do a dedicated video for it, but I already mentioned it a couple of times. So you have this dashboards. You actually have some of them. Matlex. I didn't look at Matlex for quite a while, but it has something similar. So you have like one, two, up to three sources where you pick your token. So from from the first place, you can use the one from Foxtrot, for example. I already mentioned it. You can. What I do here is I change the TVL to
Mhm.
at least 20,000. So it's not, let's say, very decent token with quite low liquidity. So in the first place, you have to use pools with at least 20,000 of liquidity because anything below that is very hard to LP. You have to be very, very fast. So if you look at the LPR Discord, you see a lot of PNLs where you see like somebody did a pull for 12 minutes, 6 minutes, and so on. So this is a strategy for degens who can make very fast liquidity deposits, and then they wait for like 6 minutes with even curve strategy, and then they go out. So this is not really my strategy for most of the tokens. So I look for decent tokens with good volume and enough liquidity. With enough liquidity, it's let's say a proof factor that it's not very risky, but
Mhm.
it could be anyways. So it's not like if there's enough liquidity that it cannot be pulled out because there's a lot of copy traders right now. And if you, for example, if somebody has enough followers on his wallet and he enters the pool and the pool has like, I don't know, 200 soul in it, and then he enters it with, 10 soul, and then he get like, I don't know, 20 copies followers, and there's like 1,000 soul from 1 minute to another. So it's not like it's good for the token or good for your fees, but anyways, it's like reality at the moment. So yeah, I set the TVL and then I look for tokens. You can always do 100 pin step mostly, so you can change that also here, like pin step 100, and then you have all the 100s. Then I change the sorting of the columns, and I look for first of all for 5% ones because they give you a lot of share, liquidity share, and then I look to the pool. There's a link, then we can open it, and then what I do is I look at the soul, how much soul is in it, how much piece has it generated, and the next thing that I look at is the actual chart, and the chart gives me also a lot of. It is actually a good one. So what I like is an uptrend. So an uptrend is when the lows when lows get higher and higher, and the highs also gets higher and higher. Then we speak about an uptrend. When the token will dump, and it will dump, and it's like it's what we are waiting for from the DLMM perspective, because my strategy or most of the people strategies is to go one-sided sol position.
Mhm.
It means that we earn fees when the token dump, so we buy the token and get fees from it. So you have to understand, or you will see it when you LP a lot, that every token in will dump. It's just a matter of time. He can go up again, stay a little bit here, but it will dump to these levels. at least for the next, I don't know, 2 days or 3 days when it have a lot of volume or I don't know. So it can dump right now, it can break through it, and then if we are lucky, we will see bounces. And where we'll see bounces? We will see bounces in the areas of here where we have bounces before in both directions. So we will see we have bounces here, here. We have resistance zones and accumulation zones here, and here. So that means that when the token go down, it will face people will buy the token at these areas. So that means that when I look at the entering the pool, I actually see, okay, if I like to enter at the not at the most highest point, but very near at the highest point. And it and you can do it 2 times. So for example, let me clean this a little bit. So you understand a little bit of technical analysis, I hope. If not, just understand that these are support or resistance levels. So when it goes down, these levels will be a little bit of support. So we will see some bounces here. Hopefully. It's not like but it happens all the time. It's just a matter of if we have good structure, like more density here, the more up, the more the higher the bounce. If we have, I will show you another example later, but anyways, I hope you got the point. So let me clean this a little bit, or I can actually.
Do you
So
use iteration?
no. You can do this, but it's quite of the same. It's pretty much the same. So you can use this Fibonacci. It's just it Fibonacci is easier for let's say when you are new to technical analysis,
Mm-hmm.
because if you see here, if we take if we take Fibonacci, you have the same levels of support, and this is kind of, you know, funny thing. If we, if I would disable it right now, let me disable it. Now I can only wait a second. Come on, let me disable it. So I hide it. And for me, it's very important to have this support zone marked on the chart. So we see here, this is a support zone because we have bounce here, bounce here, bounce here. This is a great one. The more bounces we have, the more trade this level will have. This level is not that great. This one, not that great. We have a little bit here. It's like less good as it's this one.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, at the latest one, is just, yeah, it's interesting one because it's the most lowest point, and sometimes we see a reverse of the trend from this zone because nobody wants this level be reached when when they have a lot of, let's say, tokens bite, like people who have a lot of exposure to the token from this level, and there's quite a lot. They want to see and reverse from this zone. So it's also a good level to stay in. Okay, so we got it. And when I open it again, you see this is golden pocket. It's zone, and this is the same one. As you see, this is quite
Mm-hmm.
the same levels. So I just keep this because I know exactly where I want my liquidity to be placed. And then what is important? Let me. So from a DLMM perspective, it's kind of easy right now because we have this uptrend, we have this trend line, and you see how great this trend line is. We have bounces here, here, here. What will happen right now on this trend lines, we will see a bounce, or we will see a break of the trend line. And when we see a break, it's like always like this. we can see retest, like a small bounce, but the bounce is because of this support zone, right? Because we have this, we will see a reverse for a couple of minutes, and then it will go down again. So this means when I just open the chart, I see, okay, great. I go with my position like this. So we have this mighty, and let me split the screen. And it's not like I think a lot. What important here is to see the liquidity and the volume, the 24 hours volume, and it
Mhm.
should be at least double. So the higher the volume, the better. And when it's like 1 to 1, if we will see liquidity 50K and volume 50K, I will not enter the pool because it's not worth of it. And we have quite a low sol here. It's not much sol, which is from one perspective, it is good because when you enter with not much liquidity, like let's enter with 2 sol, you still could earn good fees. And when there's like 1,000 or 1,500, then you need that the volume at least 4 times the liquidity. So if there will be here 1,000 or 100, 1,500, I would expect more volume, and then I will enter. When it like the same, like this, and we have 1,500, I will probably also not enter the pool. But yeah, if it has great market cap, then I would just, let's say we call it like slow cook, where we have like, I don't know, for at least 1 day or 2 days, we can stay with a lot of liquidity, like I can show you later in the runs, for example. So let me do like this, as I always do. So my game plan from here is I have like I have my entering point. So this is here. I expecting that we will face a break to the downside, and I have like two good support levels here. One is here, and one is at the end of the range, which is good. What would be more perfect if we can go like this, because in this case the lowest point of the range, and there's this is, let me mark this, this area here of the range. So you just look from here to here, right? The whole position. This green area is where you will have something called like impermanent loss. So this is the area where it really starts to kick in the first place. So that means when the token goes like this, and then we will hear like here, you might have an impermanent loss in this first candle. So if you just see a red candle here, just one, then you will probably have a bit of impermanent loss. Depends on how much volume it's in the pool. In this pool is not that great volume at the moment. So I would expect a small impermanent loss here. But when we will see a first green candle and then another red candle and then another green candle, there's like 5 minutes time frame. So it's around 15 to 30 minutes. Then you will be at profit. And so this is something that you need to understand, that it will bounce here anyway. So and you have to play like this. So when you see this red candle here and you open like Ultra LP or Sol Meteor, any tool that shows you the actual PNL, that you need to use these tools like Ultra LP. Do you use something to track your PNL?
Yeah, recently I have used Ultra LP. I got an invitation code from the server.
Yeah, use it. Use it. So you just open Ultra LP and then you see how it's going. And you see here, for example, as we speak, we have a green candle. So we have a small bounce as I expected. It could happen. It could so this is just a reaction on this level. So it's like you just need to understand that it will happen. It's like, I don't know, it's not like science, but it's like this. It's like most of the time it will happen. So and it is this is not it's not nothing bad. So I could also open a position from here. It will be also good. It's not like perfect because we need to hide. You have to understand that this levels, it's not good when this level and and your lowest point of the position is on the same level. So I want that my lowest point is a little bit, at least a little bit under this range. So to save you, it's like your when you trade, you have your stop loss below a good level of support. So, and this is the same like here, but I have like another strategy, so it's nothing. It's not bad if you have like this because you can sit on in front of the computer and wait for it. But anyways, it's not always. You will not always catch this perfect moment. Okay, anyways, so you see how my thinking is here. So I would enter this right now. So let me add liquidity. So now I have opened this pool. So let me switch to Sol. So it's important that you switch here to Sol, and then we can place our position. So I look at this Sol. How is it called? Ranges. So it's the range. So we have like and we have like you can double click it. It's like coordinates. We have here 1868. So and then you have like price 1868. And the second one is 940. So it means we have like here a 0 and here 99394. So 94 exactly. So you see here 1868, you have it here and then here. So this is like if you want to be perfect. Okay, so we now have our first position and we just wait, right? So because as I said, I expecting the token to go down, we have our level. But sometimes on mostly good tokens, we probably will have like this situation, like it will test the highest point again. And this is nothing, it's not bad. I will just wait for this moment and create another position, which will land exactly from this previous high. So this is the previous high, and we will try to catch this from this level again, and it will like land like you have this overlapping. This is what I call layer cake strategy. It but a reverse one because mostly I wait for this moment to create my first position, but in this case, we already have the, let's say, second position. But it's not a problem because we want to catch these moments. We want because it might not pump to this level. It could, but maybe not. And then we missed this moment. This is why I sometimes want to have my position in place if it goes directly from this point to this level. But I prepare for the next one. So I will create that will have this overlapping positions, which is great because when the token goes down, we have also a very great support level here. So it means that we'll slowly go here, maybe see some bounces here, and then we could close our position because we have a lot of area. We have in the area where we would face impermanent loss, we will probably not even enter this area, which is good because we have probably generated enough fees to be in profits and just wait for the moment where it will go down and then we could close this position when we see the bounce and we close our position. And you have to understand, it could go higher and then go back. You could then open a new position here. And this is the moment where you need to, let's say, work on your FOMO and your feelings, because you will have like two feelings, like fear and FOMO. Greed, don't be greedy. That's what I actually want to say. Because if you are greedy, you will not close the position early enough, and then it will dump, and then you will face some permanent loss, and then you will feel fear because it could dump even further very fast, and then you will close your position. And this is where experience kicks in. So when you have like 100, at least 100 pulls that you already played, then you will know that there's a support zones. The token will bounce, and then I have enough time to close the position. But when you do it, when you do not have much experience, then you will like have a lot of fear, and it's sometimes when it goes down, and you will face greedy when you will be greedy when it around here this area, and then you will not close this when you are in profit. So that's why I tell you, better close here when it has a good bounce, and maybe some candles like 15 minutes after the bounce. Then you have generated enough fees, and then you can close it and open it again when it goes higher or so. But if not, you have your second position, and then you will earn fees again when it goes down, because it could reverse from here, and then you will start earning from this point. But you already closed this position, so you generated enough fees, and then you start from the beginning and you skip this, because when mostly it goes very fast down, you know, and then you just skip this area because it's not that much fees generated here, and it's just better for you, because if you will have this liquidity, a lot of liquidity here, it will not save you. It will not just generate enough fees for you because it dumps so fast. Okay, so and then you will generate fees here, and then you have like your support levels. You could use Fibonacci and so on, and then you have to close it fast enough on the great bounces here, and create a new one, a new position around the middle one, so you could catch a bounce from this level, as I mentioned, because this is a great level here. This is a great level, and then you can use this level here. And this is actually, yeah, how I play this. So, and this is I would play this same like this.
I have some
Sorry?
I have some questions. So basically, your
Yes.
strategy is based on technical analysis. So what you do is like you detect trend line that is going upwards. You detect some zones that are called just support zones. You check, or you open a position just below an all-time high if, and you guess if it will go above or below the trend line.
Yeah, yeah, something like this.
Yeah, something like this. And also you open like a minus 50% position. So basically, if you open a minus 50% position from just below an all-time high, and the coin just comes into your range and goes below and below and below near the area of impermanent loss, so almost all your soul will be converted into tokens. Then what do you expect? Like on that scenario, you have two options: either the token will go more down, in which the loss will incur, or the coin will go up. So when you think you will close the position.
Yeah, this is a good question, and this is because you mostly
Can you
probably
explain this
in
on this
yeah,
token?
yeah, yeah, I will explain you this. The main thing here is to have a strategy to prevent things like this. So to prevent that you have just one position and that the price got to here or maybe broke this level, and then you have to decide what you do. And then mostly, and there's like some of the options. You close it at the moment that you see this red candle, right? And then you just okay with the loss. Or you create another position, so you close this position and create another bid ask. I do not do this. So this is the strategy, but I never done this. Or I'm not doing this. So and this is why I have this strategy, because I will not have this situation, because I would already have a position here, right? So I will already prepared for this in a perfect situation, in the perfect situation. So in this case, I will not be that much in the impermanent loss as I will face when I have just one position. And mostly, and you can double check this on a lot of charts, I understand that we will face a bounce or maybe reverse from this area. That means that I will calm down and wait the price is reaching the previous level again, and then I will close this position. So this is something that happens. It's not it's not unusual. So I mostly, as I started to do DLMM, I closed in with a loss, because I have the fear that I will lose all my soul and it will go further down, and then I exited, yeah, yeah, experienced a loss, and then played another game, right? So go to the next pool. But at the moment, I understand that liquidity works like this. If you forgot your position, you was not on the computer, and so on and so on, then you open the chart and see, shit, I have a loss here. Then I just wait. I come down and I wait for the price reaching this level, and then I exit it. If you don't have this second position, then you will have like probably a bit of a loss. But as I said, the strategy is to not have this situation. So you will have another position, and it could be further down. It's not like you need to catch the perfect moment for the second position. So if you see on this chart, you can open it from the middle. This is why I mostly do from the middle, but also from here. If you are here, to open this position is the best option you can do. I just open the position when it's here, just to save, to prevent, even when it goes further down, I generate fees here. So, and I double down mostly the position. So if I entered with two soul here, then I will go 4 soul here. If we go 1, then we have to go 2. So yeah, this is how I do this. And yeah, you could also create from here. This is why what it's actually with the new dynamic range, pretty great. You could have like one position here. You can, let me delete all this. So if you are not experienced enough or so, and you need some time to better understand this 2 or 3 position thing, you can just create a very long position, like minus 74.4%, and then just calm down and see what happens. And when you see that it's dump enough here to here very fast, and you not generating enough fees, then just create another one to the most lowest point. You can create another one, and then just leave it for quite a while, maybe for 2 days, and then you will catch all this liquidity generated here, and that will probably be a good play for for this kind of tokens where probably not much levels and so on. Then because with the 100 bin step, you still a little bit of in the risk area because it could go further down, and the market makers and everybody who manage the price movements on these meme coins understand that people go 100 bin step. This is 49% minus 49%, and they try to catch us also with this. So this is why you could also play with this minus 40, 74% game. So just go like this and change it to 74. What's the 74? Yes, a little bit less. But anyways, minus 73. Yeah, something like this. Maybe even further. But with the and the bid ask, of course. With these dynamic positions, you are pretty safe because it's creating all the positions for you. Just pay more fees, like, but it's like the same as you would when you get like two positions here, what it was before. So yeah, this is how I play this all the time. And as you see here, and I think do we already generating feed? No, no. Now I need to set this again because I changed this. But you see that it dumped again, so it will probably be in our area very soon. So it's like 1868, 186, yeah, around here, and then 94 something. So we are pretty near, I think, like just a little bit, and we will reach the level. So, and we will from here, when it goes down, I will create another one. So this is the actual play. I will probably send you some screenshots from this position, or share my thoughts on it. Oh, this is because I have like a Telegram group from where we have some speaking people, and then I share my entry points, and we share the pools that somebody finds, and it's always the same pool because it's not like you need to be in a secret Telegram group or a secret Discord channel. It's always the same, yeah, or some alpha groups. And in Discord, there's a lot of sharing the same pool every time, and they are like here, right? So this is nothing hidden. You can use this. I like this Docleo. It's also a great one, and I just set my minimum liquidity. So it's like same thing, just another visuals here. So I set my liquidity 20K, bin step 100 min max, and always use Sol. So, and minimum market cap 1 million. So I try to, this is my like minimum to start, right?
Mhm.
So before it reached, there's a lot of tokens with like 300K in liquidity. This is for me like degen stuff. Or there can be a lot of great fees to be generated, but it can be very, very hard and very, very fast. So you have to be very fast. And to be very fast, you need to be experienced. So yeah, before you do this, you need to go with like tokens like Uranus with a lot of market cap. They are slow. You can, but yeah, mostly it's boring, right? So, and this is why we play these more volatile games. So, and you see here like Clippy, Boss, new one, because it dumped very, very hard. This is probably here on the list because the fees are very high. So, and this is why I look if I see something interesting here, and when I open it, I see very low liquidity, means I try to play from 100 and up. So even 200 at the moment is a bit risky. But anyways, below 100, risky. Keep. And then I open the chart on a deck screener, and I see like it's already down. Is this here? So for me, skip. I don't like this, so I will not enter it, because I will not buy this token to farm on the upside, right? So this is not my strategy. Some people do this, but I'm not doing this. So my strategy is to catch this from a good uptrend. And even though you see here that we already played this, and sometimes it dumps like this, right? So yeah, you but you could be here, you could catch this movement up. If you were there, I was there, then you played it right. So but at a certain point of the life of these tokens, you have like up 2 days. From 2 days it becomes riskier, because after 2 days they become not that interesting for people and they dump. So try to catch them very early, as early as you could. When you are early, you will probably be in profit. When you late to the game, then it becomes riskier. This is also something that you need to be aware of. So when you just go like from here, you say like doing like this, even though you will be at loss here, because there's not, if you closed it here, you are right. If you close it here, but if not, then you will be at an impairment loss. And you see here, it come back again, as I mentioned before. So you have the second chance mostly. You have mostly the second chance, but it also depends on the time frame. So it if when it happened, then in around 2 hours or so, or 4 hours. When it not happened in this time frame, then it will go further down. So mostly, yeah. And then even though you maybe created a new one, as you see here, it will not help you. You see here, you had this bounce. If you not close this at this bounce here, then you will you even though it not, you see here, it tested it, but it's, you will probably not catch this moment. So because it was so fast, you will not probably see this on the chart in the 5 minutes. You see here, it's just a candlestick. So you will probably have a bigger impairment loss here. So sometimes it happens, but it in this case, it's because you're late to the game, and then you have to understand that every bounce is your opportunity to exit your position. Yeah. So this is actually my point here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it helped a little bit. So you see here, we are right now in the range. So we're farming, and yeah, let's, and you also can when you are around here and you see that you're not generating good fees, then you can also think about to exit this earlier, because sometimes it just not have volume when it goes down. And yeah, sometimes it happens. It's not like always good volume, right? So you have to find like good, like this part, for example, or like Boss. There were a lot of Twitter interactions. Everybody wanted to play this Boss thing. They accumulated a lot of volume. Some tokens don't do this, and they just go down without any big volume, and then you hopefully then have some like enough fees to cover your loss. And look at this, like you generated points, right? So because $1 is also 1,000 points for the airdrop, then some tokens are just for the points. This is how I see it, just to see something positive on this on the tokens where you don't generated enough profits. Try to follow a specific strategy. It doesn't need to be my what I explained, but you can, as I mentioned, try to do every position like minus 74 at the beginning, for example, just to have like a sense of doing the same thing over and over again for at least like 10 pulls. and then you will see changes from your from how you think, how you react to certain to price movement, because we always react to price movements,
And what
and then you
pin
will
step
catch
you
a good one.
consider?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
pin step
and
you
then you will,
consider?
sorry,
What pin step you consider like
always 100. Yeah, always
always
100.
one?
Yeah, sometimes 125, but but it depends on the token, but mostly 100 pin step.
Mostly 100 and 5%
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
USD is the best. Like
No, 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 no. Five is very rare at the moment. It's like two or one,
okay, okay, 201%
mostly two
USD
or
and
one.
100
Yeah.
pins.
When we are early, the early we are in the pool, then 2% is the best option. But when we, for example, the token reached his level of volatility, then sometimes 1%, 100 pins to 1% gives more volume and fees as the 2%. Because do you know why this 5% and 2% what it is? It's just swapping fees on the DEXs like Jupiter. And
Mhm.
when we have like high volatility, everybody wants to buy this token. And this is why 2% it's a good option, because everybody wants to buy it and they pay more fees than usual. When when the token reached this level of volatility, then there's not much buy and sell here. You see here, for example, 5 minutes. This is also what you need to check. Some tokens have like 27 minutes ago, and we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buys or sells or like trading happened in this pool. And this is quite low. This is why 5% will probably, it's not interesting anymore for people because it's not volatile and so on. This is why not much traffic, you could say it like this, not much traffic goes through this pool. So it probably might be interesting to go and copy the contract and go to Meteora and look for another pulse like 100. There's not much. This one, and you see here 20. Yeah, this is still the best option at the moment because it has much more volume. But yeah, this is something that you need to check, right? So yeah, you see here this is quite low. Yeah, but it's not the best coverage for you how it goes. But yeah, I don't expect at the moment much from this because I don't see. Now we have some buys. Yeah, let's see. Maybe it sometimes it's depends on this level, because people maybe wait for the next big move, and then you will see a lot of activity here. But it's also important to consider when you see, like when you open this and the chart looks fantastic, the volume was good, and it always what happens in the past, right? So the volume you see, it's in the past. It doesn't mean that it will be that great in the future. So you have to consider that. But also look here, when you have like 1 hour, 1.5 hour last trade, then I will probably wait, because the volume is also here. You can see it here. So we need a lot of trading volume. And when it just stopped, then you probably wait a lot of time to fees to be generated. And it's maybe not worth it. And then you'll probably find better options or better solutions. Yeah. Okay. Then yeah. Do you have any questions?
I got a couple, but I'm getting late this time. I will ask you a little later. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, ask me later. So
Yeah.
I will open this position, give you some screenshots, and give you some thoughts what I'm doing, and then yeah, you will learn more from this as from any strategy, because there's also some you need to talk to yourself and make some decisions. And when you're not experienced, you don't have these answers for yourself how to do. But important is to have some decisions to be made. Don't wait too long. Just make a decision, write it down, make a screenshot. So what I tell to people, make a screenshot of the situation, write down, just take a note or what else. Take your decision, what you do. I'm close to position or I wait for something, and then wait until the situation changed, and then you decide, was your decision right or was it wrong? When you do this 10 times, then you will see the difference. Then you will have a better understanding for the future because you have these situations before, and then you can look back. What did I decide in this situation for, I don't know, 5 tokens before, and what should I do now? And then as when you have like 10 of them, you are low at the experience. When you have like 100 of them, you will see how different your thinking is. And when you make like 1,000, you will be a pro.
Yep.
Yeah. So because knowledge is good, but experience gives you another level of everything. Because just know things doesn't give you this right decision making.
With
This is only when you just do stuff.